I like to keep my lists updated on my channel, and the last time I updated the best units in the game was 3 months ago. This was indeed a tier list, which made the video last for 30 minutes. And this time I'm going to be making just a top 10 best units if you guys are interested in the tier list, because it's a different type of video. A tier list would rank units as an SS, as a type of ranking, and like the units in that ranking would kind of be like the similar, right? It would be kind of like, hey, oh, this banner has this amount of SS or S rank units, I should go for that banner. That's why this video is more like a best units to go for, while the video I'm making right now is more just a top 10 best units. This video I already had like all my units planned out yesterday, but then today I asked in my community tab a couple of hours ago, like 11 hours ago, not just a couple, for some input, and I got 160 comments, which I've already went through, and it did indeed change my list. So I'm glad that people commented on it. Asked for a top 10 for their own opinion, right? Because I want to see what the people think as well. I could have made this list earlier this week when more people were summoning for Naruto and Sasuke. I would probably even get more views if I did, but I really wanted to have more hands-in experience with the new Naruto and Sasuke before I did this, or else I would be not that precise. Again, the list is mostly in my opinion, but it still holds truth, right? I confidently can say that the top 10 best units that I put in this list are the top 10 best units. The order, I think, is more my opinion. Like, if I place, for instance, a unit above the other, you may think I'm wrong, but, you know, it is at that point, I think it is my opinion, but I can confidently say that the top 10 best units are the top 10 best units. But starting with some, they could have been top 10, but I didn't place them in the top 10 because I prefer the other units. So the first one would be Kakashi. Kakashi would be like a top 12. I was gonna say Sage of 6 Pabs Kakashi. I wish it was Sage of 6 Pabs Kakashi, but the Susanoo Kakashi is such an incredible unit because of his AoE nuking. I could have put him number 10 again. I just prefer the number 10, okay? I just prefer him. I feel like he's more useful for more raids or and Ninja Road and stuff like that. Oh yeah, almost forgot to mention, this list is entirely PVE. It doesn't translate at all to PvP, okay? At all. So keep that in mind. Kakashi could have been top 10, but, you know, I just didn't place him there. But he's indeed a phenomenal unit. And Samurai Hashirama, which I think was in my top 10 last time, but it got knocked down. He is an insanely good unit, but, you know, the top 10s are even more insane. Oh, also, this video is being recorded before Sage of 6 Pabs Madara and Kaguya get their limit break. I don't know when they're gonna be dropping the limit break, when no one knows. If they drop the limit break tomorrow, that's gonna be a yikes for me, because it's probably gonna fuck up my list. And I didn't qualify them as limit broken yet because I don't have hands-on experience on their limit breaks, right? So I didn't want to classify them on paper. So let's move on. Number 10, in my opinion, the number 10 best unit in the game is Blazing Festival Shusui. Now hear me out, let me explain why. It's not because I love him, it's more to that. So I qualify every unit as max duped because I need them as their max potential. You can say that Shusui is not that great without any dupes, but you can also say that for even the number 1 and number 2, they're not that great without any dupes. But Shusui, he is such a special boy because he has 40% chance of dodging, and you can stack extra dodge when you normal jutsu up to was it 40%? I think he goes to 45. Yeah, he goes to 45%. So you can get 85% chance of dodging. Plus, if you do like a 20% chance of dodging body skill on him, he basically cannot get touched. He can confidently stack 150% boosts, so he will always nuke extremely hard. And when he ultimates, he increases the damage for your team for 20% on type advantage jutsus for 8 turns. Yeah, Shusui is a beast. Shusui is an absolute beast. And if you have, of course, the dupes, as I said, he's going to be extending everything, so it actually goes to 10 turns. And he just works so well. I saw when, again, I did my community post and I asked for people, I saw actually people putting OT Naruto, I think they were trolling, but Ulti Naruto kind of works the same as Shusui, where you can hold on 150 boosting and self boost, but Shusui works so well because he also damages while doing that, and he gives himself dodge, and he's just so good. He doesn't heal. I do prefer units that heal, but I gotta give it to him. He's just so good. I love using him. It's also a big factor in me loving to use him, but you know, he's just insanely good. Number 9 is Sage of Six Paths Naruto. I actually did not have him on my list originally, but going through the comments, as I said on my community post, I did in fact put him up here. Again, he wasn't on my list, but like looking through it, every single list from every single person that had a top 10 had him here on the top 10 best units, and I was like, am I the wrong one? I must be, right? Every single comment has him. So I did place him here just above Shusui because I do have to give him props. He is an insanely good unit, 600 heal per turn. He tanks Wisdom, which is supposed to be the element that deals extra damage on him, of course. His normal jutsu guarantees an ultra combo. His ultimate is one of the hardest hitting AoE ultimates in the game, so not only he's healing, but he also hits pretty hard. And not only that, he does give the dodge to Shusui. I do love using the combo, Shusui and Sage of Six Paths Naruto for Ninja Road. It's really fun, by the way. If you have both of them, I really do suggest using that. He's just too good. He's the first anniversary unit. I mean, him and Rinnegan Sasuke, but Naruto holds up better than Rinnegan Sasuke. Unfortunately, Rinnegan Sasuke got, I wouldn't say outdated, but you know, he was already much better, Sage of Six Paths Naruto anyways. So moving on, we have number 8, I was gonna say Sage of Six Paths Kage, but it's just Kage. I mean, she's kind of Sage of Six Paths, but she's just Kage. Again, before limit break, we don't know when the limit breaks are coming. Hopefully it's not tomorrow, or else this list is gonna be very much outdated, because I'm pretty sure once she gets the limit break, she will rank up. I'm pretty sure she will, because she heals for 700 per turn, which is already really good. 40% chance of resetting the jutsu, which gives her an extra chakra. So if you reset, if you hit 2 people, you get 3 chakra. I mean, you reset, you don't waste chakra, you get 2 chakra actually. What am I thinking? That's really good. She gives herself damage reduction, so if you're planning on doing 1 unit runs for Ninja Road, she's of course the best candidate. So she is very known for that. And not only that, she does hit extremely hard on her ultimate. That is a 24 times multiplier for an already pretty high attack stat. And as I said, this is attack stat. And as I said, she is coming with a limit break. Her limit break is the next limit break for Blazing Festivals. Although we don't know when it's coming, we know it will come. So again, it will get outdated once her limit break comes, but I don't know when it's gonna be, so you know, I can't qualify that. So number 7 is, and this is when I know it gets a little bit for me, but I had to place him this low because I've been using him this entire week, and I can kind of say that he's number 7. Is the new Sasuke. I know most people, when I ask for lists, they place him in number 4. Every single time, number 4 or something like that. I place him number 7 because I cannot place him above the other units. I just can't. The reason why is because I want units that are useful for my team or can stand out amongst the others. Why is Sasuke so much better than Shusui? Right? Like, Sasuke gives himself 40% dodge. That's cool. So does Shusui. Sasuke hits pretty hard. That's cool. So does Shusui. Why is he so special? Well, I think he's better than Shusui just because he hits harder without having to 150% boost. Of course, Shusui can hit pretty hard without 150% boosting, but Sasuke, he hits almost as hard as Shusui with the 150% boost. So Sasuke has that. But other than that, other than hitting hard, he doesn't do much. He's the hardest hitting unit in the game. If you don't count any 150 boosting, like if you don't count that Shusui can 150 boost, Shusui ultimating normally, Sasuke is the hardest hitting unit in the game. That really is a big deal, right? But I don't think that qualifies as, oh, he's the best unit because he hits pretty hard. That's just not how the game works. The game is not a nuking game. I mean, you can do some nuking strategies, but the game is not absorbed on nuking. It's more like making your teams work. Sasuke is a phenomenal unit, but again, I just cannot place him much higher than this because of these reasons. Now, number 6 is the Braver Sage's Expanse Madara. Again, brilliant break, but I do think that when he gets his zero break, he will rank higher. He has everything. He's still the unit that has the best ability set in the game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you don't count healing, right? Because he doesn't have healing. I feel like if he, instead of having this ability, he had healing, he would 100% be the best unit in the game. But unfortunately, he doesn't. He does have like an insane ability pack though. 30% damage reduction, 20% chance of dodging. He does everything. He resets normal jutsu, resets ultimate, he dodges, he damage reducts, he does everything a unit can have except healing. He does heal as a buddy skill though, so that it's still being covered, right? And he damage reducts for the entire team. But the thing about Sage's Expanse Madara that I love is the fact that on his normal jutsu, he ignores jutsus for 2 turns and removes perfect dodge and barrier and ignores substitution. Removing perfect dodge and barrier, it doesn't seem like it's that often, but it is. It does play out very often. And the ultimate hits the whole map, 100% chance mobilization. If a unit can be immobilized, they will be immobilized. So if it's just so useful, it's just so good. Sage's Expanse Madara is so good. And again, once he gets the Lyrium Break, he will be probably ranking higher than some of these units that I placed higher than him. But we'll have to see. It's just that I just love this unit. I really do. I really, really do. Number 5 though is Ido Hashirama. Ido Hashirama, I know a lot of people downplay him a little bit. When he came out, like, he was super overhyped, and then a little bit after, I saw a lot of people like downplaying him. I think he's a phenomenal unit. Like, his normal jutsu is just so incredible. Not only he has 30% chance of resetting it, but the normal jutsu hits the whole map, 70% chance of attack weakening for 5 turns, and he can't receive jutsus for 3 turns. That's just too good. Let's also combine the fact that he can also get 10%, he can get a chakra and hitting someone. Let's say he's hitting 4 people on his normal jutsu that hits the whole map. He can potentially get a reset and get 4 chakra from that as well. So that's an ultimate. Like, literally broken at that point. And if he doesn't kill them, he attack weakens them. And if you can stack the attack weakening, you can make a boss hit you for 75% less. So he's just so good. He's just too good. I mean, if he even lands a jutsu on you, because he cannot, since you're gonna be ignoring jutsus anyways. So all of that. If he had healing on his abilities, maybe he would have been even the best unit in the game. Maybe not, but he would be up there. But he does also cover that with the 400 healing, and let's also not ignore the fact that he also boosts wisdom by 750 as his field skill, which is again a big deal, and it makes wisdom units hit so much harder than they usually would. So Hashirama is just incredible. He is I mean, all of these units are celebration units except Shusui from this list, right? Yeah, all of them. All of them. All of these units from this list except Shusui are celebration units, which makes total sense. They are worthy of celebration units. Moving on is Skill Madara. I was in between putting either him or Ido Hashirama in the 4th spot. The reason why I put him in the 4th spot instead of Hashirama was because of his element. Skill is in dire need of healing. Who has healing? Big Daddy Madara has 750 healing. He is the only good skill unit that heals for a decent amount. There is Old Naruto, which is also really good, the skill Old Naruto, but he only heals for 200. Like, he's like the reason why, okay? I place him above Sasuke. Like, you gotta compare what skill unit is the best skill unit to bring as a friend. And I will say 90% of the time, the best skill unit to bring as a friend is Madara, and that's why I place him so high. 750 healing is just so good. It's just so much. His ultimate hits the whole map, just like Hashirama's. It hits so hard as well. For you know that for an ultimate that not only costs 6 chakra, but also has 30% chance of resetting. That's so much. And why does I just realized this? Why all of the skill units have 40% chance of dodging? Like 40%, Sasuke has a 40%, and then Shusui has a 40%. I mean, abilities wise, right? Why do all of them have the same 40%? That's so... I just realized that. Okay, let's move on. Madara is just incredible. Again, his ultimate only costs 6 chakra. If he hits 2 people, it's a guaranteed ultra combo. He hits the whole map. And he has a 30% chance of resetting it. It's just so good. He's too good. And he also boosts skill by 500 as a buddy skill, which is also really good. 30% damage reduction. If you have 3 skill Madaras, that's 60% damage reduction. Like, giving each other, right? Because it doesn't really accumulate. Like, you get what I'm saying. You're giving each other 60% damage reduction, plus counting the fact that you can dodge. So it's just so insanely good. I wish I could solo Ninja Road with him, just to point out how good he is. I can solo with Ido Hashirama though. So number 3, this is where the Big Daddy stuff comes. Final Fight Sasuke, my favorite unit in the game. Number 3. Why he's my favorite unit in the game? He literally has infinite normal jutsus, which, you know, normal jutsus are not as strong as ultimates, of course, but his normal jutsus can be, because if you have units that push... Okay, let me lay the scenario. You normal jutsu with Sasuke. You grant your entire team a free chakra because he ultra comboed. He gets a reset because that's one of his abilities, and he gives himself 2 chakra, so he already has an ultimate. He changes his range to long, so now he does extra. Now he's gonna be doing those normal attacks with combinations. He does extra damage on the combinations, so literally he does so much damage. I think he does like already extra damage on the combinations. I don't know how. I feel like he does. Also on counters as well, because he also has counters. He's the only unit that has counters that I feel like the counters work for some reason. He does so much damage, not only jutsuing, but also with the combos. And normally I would say that's not that great, but I don't know why, man. He's just so good. I think it's because of how high his attack stat already is. He just goes far and beyond. He's just too good. Also, the extra damage against bravery and wisdom. Normally, when like units have that, it's like, oh yikes. But Final Fight Sasuke is just such a useful unit for Ninja Road. It's not even funny. He destroys bravery and wisdom because it basically has type advantage against bravery and wisdom. Also, counting the fact that on his ultimate, he ignores type disadvantage. So with the last ability, he pretty much has type advantage against the element that was supposed to have type advantage against him. That's pretty good. I wouldn't say that's pretty good. So Sasuke is just phenomenal. The only thing that is missing for him is that he doesn't have healing. And that's where Final Valley Naruto, number 2 best unit, comes into play. Final Valley Naruto has 750 healing, and he tanks the bravery and wisdom. He is supposed to be the tanker, and Sasuke is supposed to be... It's always like that. Sasuke is supposed to be offense, and Naruto is supposed to be kind of support, right? So Naruto heals, Naruto has the damage reduction, Naruto has the field attack boost that Hashirama has but for heart, and Naruto also boosts attack on body skill. Naruto is kind of a support unit. He's insanely good. I don't know how to say this, but he is insanely good. Okay, let me put this like this. So there is a debate for him to be the number 1 best unit, and I can 100% agree that he can be the best unit in the game. That's how confident I am that I could place these 2 units as number 1. I do place Casey and Naruto as number 1, and I'm going to be explaining why. But Final Valley Naruto, on his ultimate, if you have 2 other Final Valley Narutos, hits for 150k, and if you get a crit, that's 1.5 times multiplier. So that he heals, he tanks, he hits really hard. What else do you want? Literally, what else do you want? But that leads me to my number 1 spot, which is Wisdom Naruto. Now, this is where I could take 40 minutes explaining why I think he's the best unit in the game. But let's start with, he literally makes your team stronger. So, his normal jutsu, oh, let's not comment the fact that he heals for 800. His normal jutsu increases damage by 30% for 6 turns. If you have... Okay, so here's where him and Final Vein Naruto are so broken together. If you have Final Vein Naruto in the team, I've already tested this, and you have this Naruto in the team, you can stack up this increased damage by 50%. So you increase the damage that Final Vein Naruto is going to do on the enemy for 50%, or other units in the team, any unit in the team, increase the damage by 50%. He gives crit and attack boost on his field skill. He's the first unit in the game, the only unit in the game as of yet to have 2 field skills. Every single unit in the game has only 1 field skill. He has 2. It boosts critical rate and attack. Usually, when you just boost critical rate, I don't like it. But because he does both, he makes so a unit gets such a good chance of increasing their damage. Like, but again, I'm going to be using Final Vein Naruto as an example because I think they work so well together. So increase the damage by 50%, we already established that. He can also get a reset, so you don't have to worry about it. And he also only costs 3 chakra, and he does 14 hits, which if you don't know, 15 hits is an ultra combo. So if you normal attack with him, like in a combination, you will be getting a free chakra for everyone in the field. So you do the normal jutsus, you increase damage by 50%, you put 2 of him in and put a Final Vein Naruto with them. The Final Vein Naruto is gonna ult, and he will have a 90% chance of critical hitting. 90%. Because this Naruto boosts by 3 times, Final Vein Naruto has already a ability that boosts by 4 times, so if you have 2 of this Naruto plus Final Vein Naruto, he has a 90%, I've already done the math, 90% chance of critical hitting. That's 1.5 times the damage that he would already do. He can hit for 300,000 on a skill type. This Naruto makes your other units good. Like, any unit, good. Literally. And he heals for 800 per turn. The only thing that is the reason why people still think Final Vein Naruto could be a better unit is that unfortunately this Naruto does not have AoE. Final Vein Naruto does have the normal jutsu AoE, which, you know, can be extremely helpful for a lot of situations, and this Naruto doesn't, which is why I can't see why Final Vein Naruto could be the best unit in the game instead of this one. But I still strongly believe KCM Naruto is the best new unit in the game, and not only that, his ultimate hits pretty hard. If you stack the normal jutsus and then you ultimate, that's even better because he is kind of self-sufficient, right? Just like Shusui, the number 10, can self-boost, Naruto can self-increase the damage. So, so he can kind of self-boost himself, in a way. So you increase the damage by 50%, you ult, you can get a reset, so I've already done my math. Even without any attack boosts at all, like a field skill or a body skill, if you increase the damage by 50%, this Naruto hits for 100k. 100,000. Like, literally 100,000. I think it's not even 101,000, it's 100,000. Imagine you get 100,000, you get a reset. That's another 100,000. And then you get a reset again. That's another 100,000. And you can go on and on because there was a time where I was doing a solo ninja road with this Madara. He has a 20% and I got 6 resets in a row. So it can happen. It can happen. You just keep constantly resetting and doing ultimates. Or when you ultimate, you literally guarantee everyone in the field the chakra because he literally just does an ultra combo. And it's only costing 6 chakra, so you basically already have a normal jutsu back. I can't explain how broken he is. He's just too good. He's just too good. He's the best unit in the game. And it was good that I saw that in my community tab. I think 80%, like something like that, was pointing out that KCM Naruto was the best unit in the game. And I strongly agree. KCM Naruto is the best unit in the game. But again, I can see the argument for Final Vein Naruto should be the best unit in the game as well because he tanks, he heals, he hits hard. But man, he increases damage of the entire team, he hits hard, he heals, and he's so sexy. Thank you guys for watching. Oh man, this video is long. Oh no! Please subscribe.